The road trip, huh? It's an attainable American dream. All you need is gas, an oil check, and time. This one starts here with jazz and Creole and gumbo and bars haunted by regulars you couldn't make up. Bruce here hasn't cut his hair since the day he quit working in that bank, years ago. New Orleans charm in the neighborhood of Algiers, where the great live oaks are older than the nation and accorded that respect while they rip up sidewalks hung with Spanish moss. We're headed west out of Dixie, named for that old tender, the 10-franc note, through a Louisiana of fields and drive-through liquor stores and billboards for personal injury lawyers and 1,000 churches off the interstate. Low barns of prayer to match the AM radio that's all chapter and verse and the gospel truth. The music, though, that's all country. Here, the Texan border is Lake Sabine, and the welcome sign says, well, maybe it's projecting. This is convoy country, and trucks roar down the freeways in gangs, or else they're mounted as sculptures, or they're rides that have been seriously pimped. Turn off, though, and it's the Texas of small towns with main streets, proud water towers, and endless ranches where the cattle are lowing, because it's 99 in the shade. Westward ho, then, toward the desert and towns like Valentine, Van Horn, and Marfa, named, they say, for a Dostoevsky character, and a place that's two places, a ranch town and an art town, lived in and loved by the late Donald Judd, sculptor, painter, furniture maker. The foundation in his name keeps his buildings as he left them. They're monuments to a mind stilled and stimulated by West Texas and the desert and mountains that shimmer yonder on the Mexican border. Judd owned land, 3 ranches, and Las Casas is the most remote. Is it a museum? It's more intimate than that. It's a marvel. Raina Judd, Donald's daughter, is too. She possesses the playful hauteur of an internationally curious frontierswoman. Back in town, well, it's a parade of interesting-looking folk. This dog is called Tahona Yolanda Garcia Lohan Rodriguez Amarindez de Montoya. Her chauffeur, that's David Sleeper. This is Rick Tate. He's a Marfa man. Henrik Swanpool is a Floridian from South Africa with his thumbs in his belt loops. This is Hope Irish playing the Lost Horse Saloon, and this is Mackenzie Evelyn, who's good at pool. Of course we can stay here all night. The road calls, though. Chase the horizon. We roll. One last neon motel and one last Tex-Mex breakfast. One last stop, White Sands and the high desert test sites where conspiracies whirl like twisters in the scrub and rock and sand become salt dunes like aspen at Christmas. It's a moonscape. Did they fake it here? The desert can do strange things to your mind, even just fry it. It's sundown, and westward still the Mexican border crackles with haze and significance. Eastward lies Texan land, uselessly hot but owned by someone. Ahead lies the horizon, always the horizon, like a new world in the sun.